Hi, I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. This piano just came out of the shop about a week or two ago, very recently. And it turned out absolutely gorgeous. It's an 1890 Knabe. I was actually just showing some people earlier today this piano, and I was telling them, and it kind of occurred to me, like, even though I work on these pianos that are just all super, super old, 100 years, 120 years old, or in this case, I guess almost 130 years old. You think of, like, what is 130 years old? And you know, like out at people's farms, you see like rusting old farm implements and junk and cars and things. Like, those things aren't even half the age of this piano. So it's just kind of cool to think about. Like, when this piano was 50, 60, 70 years old, those things were brand new. So here we are 130 years later, and this piano's completely restored, and it sounds incredible. So the point that I was making to these people that I was showing this piano to is like, you think of just how old these things are, and yet to have something that's totally restored and that sounds and plays as good as this one sounds and plays, that I'll play for you in just a second, is really kind of a cool thing. These things, like I was kind of comparing farm implements or old rusting cars and people in like farmers' lots or whatever that you see passing on rural roads. You know, those things probably haven't been functional for decades, much less functioning as beautifully as this piano is currently functioning. So it's just kind of a cool thing. I kind of love my job, if you can't tell. Okay, so everything that we've done on this piano it's very, very thorough, and as you'll hear, it sounds absolutely gorgeous, and cosmetically it's also gorgeous. It's pretty typical of American pianos from this time period. Knabe, of course, was manufactured in Baltimore at the time. A German immigrant who founded Knabe about mid-century, mid 1900s, that is. And Knabe was one of the very best. They were very innovative, and they were one of the very best manufacturers in the world. And they frankly could have enjoyed the reputation that Steinway now enjoys if it was just for quality. If you were comparing quality of Knabe or quality of Steinway, Knabe is every bit there. It's just a matter of frankly, not so romantic marketing is the reason that Steinway kind of took off and enjoys that reputation that it enjoys today. So what I'm trying to say is, this piano in its day was a 10, and now that it's been restored, it's back to restored as close to the original condition as we can get it, while still some components remaining original, and those having been refurbished. So, okay, everything that we've done to it, of course, we've refinished it, so cosmetically it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know in this lighting if you can really see, there's a lot of little cool, little interesting details, like these little, I don't know what those are, little corner flower things. You can see like these little flowery things, which is kind of cool. And these little lines here that are fairly subtle but really good looking, and the pedals and the legs. Yeah, don't forget the legs. The legs are amazing. And this little side piece here, and all up and down these little patterns that again are pretty typical of pianos from 1890. The columns here and these decorative arms. So really, really pretty piano. And so this comes out, and that goes there. Put your sheet music. Also, the keys are in perfect condition. We've restored those. Those are completely redone, and they're beautifully, beautifully done. Really flawless, if I do say so myself. Pedals are original, but they've been replated. Same with other metal hardware that is just in. So cosmetics, beautiful. All right, then on the inside, what we've done, first thing that we do is a very thorough cleaning. They're filthy on the inside, as you can probably imagine, again, going back something this old. And we've taken care of things, little cosmetic touches like this, like these bolts here are original. We just buff them up so they're pretty, and same with the pressure bar. And everything else in there that can be cleaned and shined and polished is new, or looking like new. We've done it. What is new, we have new hammers, new dampers, new bridle straps, new shanks, all new felt, so like the rest rail felt, the felt under the keys, both well, all three rails, the front rail, the balance rail, and the rear, the back rail. All of the felts there have been replaced. The spring rail felt has all been replaced. The bushings have been replaced, and then everything else. So like the hammer butts, for example, the hammer butt is what the hammer pivots on, and so we'll go through. That's a good example of something that is original but refurbished. So we'll go through and repin all of the hammer butts. So rather than starting to develop some wobble like they do after 130 years, they'll be back to nice and tight, where the friction is not too tight, not too loose, just right. And then of course we've done a full regulation, which regulation is a process that basically makes the touch correct. So everything from leveling the keys to ensuring that the distance that you can depress the key is correct, the distance that the hammer is when it's at rest, before it's, when it's poised in position to strike the string, the let off distance, which is the distance that it escapes from the action, is the technical term, that it pulls away from the string. That's 1/8 of an inch. And then your checking distance and your damper timing, damper spoons, all of these things have been regulated so the touch is correct. So what I would say is, as far as longevity of this piano, I would not hesitate to say that it has many decades of excellent use, 30, 40, 50 decades still, or 50 years, sorry, not 50 decades of excellent use still, now that it's been restored. Okay, so the moment of truth. How does it sound after? Turned out great. Really pleased with this piano. The touch is just really consistent, really easy, very pleasant to play. The tone, really nice bass, very, very even, warm, rich tone. Yeah, and I'm very proud of the work that we do here, and this one in particular. So please come check it out for yourself and see what you think. The address here is 1497 South State Street in Orem, or you can call the store if you have any questions about this, or the many, many other pianos that we have, or what we do in the shop. Feel free to call the store, 801-701-0113. Thanks for watching.